where there are going to be many, many more options for how you can go to college. Just in the last couple of years, some of the best universities in the world, Harvard, Stanford, MIT, have started putting full versions of their own courses out on the internet for anyone to take for free, or to take an exam and get an official grade for a small amount of money. This is the future. We're going to see more and more availability of low-cost digital resources and new colleges built around them. And what I think is going to happen over the next few years is you won't just be able to learn online, you'll actually be able to get credit online that you can use to get a degree.
Kevin, at its best, what should college accomplish for students?
Well, it depends a lot on the student. We should have great ambitions for our students. Certainly, we live in a world now where you absolutely need skills and knowledge and habits of mind well above what you get in high school to get a decent job. A high school diploma isn't good enough and hasn't been for a long time. College is also where people come of age. It's where we learn, we're exposed to diverse viewpoints. It's where we learn how to think, how to learn. We don't stop learning in college. We need to learn throughout our lives, and good colleges teach us how to do that.
Part of what you're talking about is the power of the online university, online classes to expand education and help people learn, and I appreciate that. But I know that going to college and being part of a learning community, a room where people are discussing issues, where other students are asking questions you wouldn't have thought of, where the teacher is able to answer questions that no lesson plan or no recorded lecture would be able to anticipate, and deal with the fluidity of the growing mind, that is hard to deal with in an online setting.
That's absolutely right. And in no way do I think the future of higher education is one in which we all learn by ourselves in front of computers. But what you described is not the typical class for many students. A lot of college classes today are lecture classes. People sit in the back with their laptops open. There isn't that kind of interactivity and deep relationship with the professor. Those kinds of classes, I think, can already be easily replicated in a digital environment. There are lots of ways to form human connections online, and there are more and more of them, and there will be more in the future. And then I absolutely think that for many students, people will still go away to college. They'll still live and learn with other people, with professors, but those organizations don't need to cost $60,000 a year. They don't need to be so expensive that people have to indenture themselves in order to get a degree, which unfortunately is the reality we live with now.
And Kevin, you mentioned the word prestige, and there's still this prestige around a four-year college education. This is the model that's been this way for a very long period of time now. Parents love to brag about where their kids are going to go to school. So how do we rethink the way we talk about alternative types of education, so it sounds cool to take classes online, so it sounds just as smart to go online to take classes?
You know, prestige is something that only ever matters to a small number of people, almost by definition. I think there are always going to be colleges that sort of specialize in running an admissions tournament and acculturating people for the ruling class, but they only ever serve a very small number of people. For the vast majority of college students, most of whom are non-traditional, most college students aren't 19 years old living in a dormitory. Many of them are parents. They have jobs. They have families. They attend part-time. There are all kinds of different ways that we need to options we need to give to them.
All right, Kevin Carey, you may have saved a lot of us some money with that, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Up next, the thing that made some